Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friend Chad Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. It is Friday. Happy Friday, the 19th of December, and it will be a December to remember. Let's say it together. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. He that waiteth upon the Lord shall renew their strength, and we shall mount up as eagles, and we will endure until the end. One of my new sayings this year is to ask God to cover you in his blood and ask for the angels to assist you. That's how we're going to endure, and we can make it. God won't take you to what he won't take you through. Now, on yesterday, on the 18th, Thursday, it was announced by the press secretary that the Kennedy Center, the Kennedy Center, would be renamed, and it would have Donald J. Trump and John F. Kennedy on it. A lot of people have been out of shape because of this. Congress says it can't be done because they have to approve that. The Kennedy relatives are like, no, this is not a regular building that you go to New York and rename. You know, Trump has one here in Chicago as well. I believe it was the old Sun Times building. Now it's called Trump Tower. Man, it's a palace. it's a tower to the sky. But I digress. People, let me say something to you. When Satan was hurled out of heaven, that lightning, that energy, him and a third of the angels, they have a personality. They have a personality. The ringleader, they say, is Satan. Well, there are many who are under him. I do believe they have a ranking system. I do believe the sun god Ra and Akhenaten during that period of time in Egypt, they reflected that. That's why they had the pyramid. If you look on the back of your dollar bill, it has a pyramid. Let's look at that. The back of a dollar bill. This is the structure that I believe they brought from the spiritual level to Egypt, and it's on our dollar bill. The capstone are the powers that are on earth. Some call them the Bilderberg, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. But it's separated from the people. But I believe there's a spiritual aspect too, like Lucifer and the high-ranking angels. And then there are the rest of the 1/3. What am I saying? When I heard that Donald J. Trump, his name goes first over Kennedy, I wasn't surprised. Because when I look at this in the spirit realm, I look at ranking, I look at a pyramid. And I believe there is a spirit in Donald J. Trump. And that it ranks very high. That's why he's in the position that he's in. And with that spirit, it has to glow. Well, people, they're about to play musical chairs. There's going to be a coup of sorts. Yes, a coup. But it's going to be in the spirit realm. Donald J. Trump, he knows he's leaving. He knows that a higher one of the fallen one will come soon. And he is the setup man. Allegedly. That's his function. And he is going to be moved out the way to go play golf for a very long time. And he's one of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords in that pyramid structure. That's what I believe. And he's setting it up in part for a false prophet, also for a female temporarily, I believe Kamala Harris, because out of Egypt, there is the legendary agreement out of the bosom, out of the sun god, out of the lotus flower. Lotus means Kamala, like Kamala Harris. Out of the bosom, it blossoms. The lotus flower, when it blossoms, it brings forth the sun god Ra. So once Trump moves out off the silver screen onto the golf course, laughing at us after he made millions, if not billions of dollars, him and his family collectively, then Kamala would take over for a short period. And then the one and only Antichrist, Barack Obama, would take it from there. Now, again, look at this very good, because I'm going to build on this. Understand what you're looking at, both on our physical plane and the spiritual plane. There's a reason they set this up like this in America. And we carry that dollar bill in our pocket. Indirectly, they have made us pledge allegiance to it. Now, I have said in my last channel and now this channel, America wasn't built for you. Sorry, disappointment. Welcome, new subscribers. God bless you guys. I got about 300 new subscribers the last few days. Thank God. We're going to grow this thing to the glory of God. We're going to pack heaven. That's the goal. So what they're doing is that they're taking moments, step by step, gradually. And it won't be long. So what I'm going to show you, you're going to see Donald J. Trump, Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and also you're going to see the Pope. Because when they announced this thing about him being on the Kennedy Center, that's tribute to the work that he has done. And it also blends with what was established, which was the Kennedy. And it also is from the basis of George Washington. And I will show you, because he did something the other day, which was telling on different levels. So I just wanted to lay that basis for you about this Kennedy Center and what he's doing. This is one of his last hurrahs for a tribute to the legendary Donald J. Trump. And again, the country wasn't built for you. It was built for the one worlders to set up the domain and the kingdom that Donald J. Trump is setting up right now for the Antichrist. It wasn't built for you as America. It wasn't built for you at all. Now, listen very carefully.
I also wanted to pass this along with you. This just in from Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary of the White House, saying, quote, "I have just been informed that the highly respected board of the Kennedy Center, some of the most successful people from all parts of the world, have just voted unanimously to rename the Kennedy Center to the Trump Kennedy Center because of the unbelievable work President Trump has done over the last year in saving the building, not only from the standpoint of its reconstruction, but also financially and its reputation. Congratulations to President Donald J. Trump, and likewise, congratulations to President Kennedy, because this will be a truly great team long into the future. The building will no doubt attain new levels of success and grandeur." So a live look here at the...
And you heard what she said at the end? The team and its reputation. Congratulations to the President Donald J. Trump, and likewise congratulations to President Kennedy, because this will be a truly great team. See, they tell you they're connected long into the future. They're a team. They're a team. They're one.
Kennedy Center board voting to change its name, the name of the Kennedy Center, to include President Trump, and not just include President Trump, to put President Trump's name ahead of President John F. Kennedy. How, first, is the Kennedy family reacting to this?
They're not thrilled, Vlad, to put it mildly. Maria Shriver, for example, put out a statement where she called it weird and downright obsessive of the president to even want his name to be on the building alongside John F. Kennedy, the former president who was assassinated while in office. I interviewed Joe Kennedy, he's a former congressman, he's the grandnephew of JFK, and he said that this is akin to Trump trying to put his name on the Lincoln Memorial, making it the Trump Lincoln Memorial. He said you can call it that, but that is not legal. Take a listen.
The name is protected by federal law and federal statute, and that obviously hasn't changed. So he can call an apple a banana, he can say down is up, or they can say whatever that is. That doesn't make it the case. This is not just another building. It's not a skyscraper in New York City. It's not something whose name is up for auction. It is a living legacy to a man who gave his life for our country. And one would hope that any American, let alone the president, would understand that.
Technically, it would take an act of Congress to officially rename the Kennedy Center. But as you know, Vlad, that is not something that has overly concerned the.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a shift in power. This is in the spirit realm, baby. They're just playing it out in front of us. Donald John Trump, John F. Kennedy. Gematria comes out to 108. What are the odds? 108. May 29th of this year, JFK made 108 years old. President, both. They're both a team. Donald J. Trump, John F. Kennedy, 108. That's it. And there it is. 108. JFK, 108. There's your receipts. They're playing this thing out in front of us. The average person doesn't have a clue, but God shows me these things. Now, on February 12th of 2025, that's when Trump was elected chairman of the Kennedy Center. See, they did it strategically, methodically. February 12th. So there you go, February 12th. February 12th, 2025. He started running things. Take February 12th, subtract it from yesterday, you get 441. February 12th, from yesterday's date, 12/18, you get 441. Barack Obama's the 44th president. Is that coincidence? Now, Trump's birthday is 6/14, 12/18 was yesterday. The difference is 79 weeks. Here you go. June 14, 2024, Trump's birthday last year. December 18th, yesterday, was announced. The difference is 79 weeks. Trump is 79 years old. I told y'all, it's all forecasted. They ain't playing. They about to do this thing. He's 79. There it is right there. Hope you can see it. Trump is 79 years old. He is 79 years old. That's right. He's 79. Right there. Trump is 79 years old. They ain't playing with us, baby. Spirits have ranking, baby, just like we have. On 11/5, Trump was elected, right? Okay. And January 20th, he was inaugurated. That gives you 2/16. Let me see how we incorporate that. November 5th, January 20th. We don't need that. Here we go. 12/18 yesterday, 11/22 is Kennedy. Okay. Look at these numbers. December 18th, yesterday announced. November 22nd, 2026, anniversary of JFK's death. The difference is 11/5. That's election day for Trump. See how they speak? Allegedly. The Kennedy Center opened up September 8th. September 8th, 71. The Kennedy Center opened up. Take September 8th, Subtracted from yesterday, you get the Pope. Look at that. September 8th, December 18th. September 8th, Kennedy Center, anniversary, yesterday's date of the announcement on 3/13. That's when Pope Francis became the Pope, on 3/13/2013. A lot of folks don't know that. They put it right in your face. Now, with that, what you have to understand, here it is here, March 13th. March 13th, right here, 2013, the Pope became the Pope. They're playing this thing out just right. Now, that's when Pope Francis died, April 21st. Now, watch how all this connects. We're going to put it all together. We're going to take Barack Obama's birthday this year and yesterday's situation, the vote. Well, they made a decision. You get 421. Remember, the folks in the Kennedy Center made the decision for Trump. Wink and a smile. So look at that. August 4th, 2025, that's Obama's birthday. December 18th was the vote. The difference is 421. That's the death date of the Pope. It all come together, don't it? Wait till I show you the historical part. It will blow your mind. Now check this out. October 20th, 2025, Trump decided to do the demolition on what? He wanted the ballroom. October 20th. Now, watch you connect this. October 20th, 2025, the demolition on the ballroom. Trump got the demolition on the ballroom going on. He got, gonna have his name on the Kennedy Center. We'll see. What is October 20th? October 20th, that's Kamala's birthday. That's the day that they started what? The demolition on the ballroom. I told y'all, this for her and Obama. He gone. We got a ranking situation going on. So you take her birthday from yesterday, guess what you get? Look, October 20th, her birthday, Kamala. December 18th, yesterday the vote. The difference is 8-4. Barack Obama was born August 4th. It all come together. Now look, Kamala Harris has a book out. This has been very instrumental the last 2 weeks, God been showing me. Her book is what, 107 days. Her memoir is about, she only had 107 days to run a campaign, although she lost, 107. That book came out September 23rd. Look at that. September 23rd, 2025. The book called 107 Days came out. Okay, let's look at that book. That's the book. This is all symbolic and it's for the future. To me, watch. You take 9/23, subtract it from the day that JFK was assassinated, watch what you get. 9/23/2025, the book came out, Kamala, November 22nd, 2025, anniversary of JFK being slain. The difference is 84. Barack Obama was born August 4th. And everybody thought it was about the Kennedy Center versus Trump and the name. It's in the spirit, it's a spirit dynamic, baby. You take the book versus JFK, you get Obama. The ranking system is being switched now in front of us. Now you have the book again versus January 7th. Now, you're going to ask me why am I doing that? I'm going to show you. Look at this here. This is the cream of the crop. 9/23/2025. That's when Kamala's book came out. 107 days. Look at this here. What is that? January 7th, 2026. Why did I put January 7th? Because it's 107 days in between. It's 107 days. You mean to tell me from the day that Kamala's book was published to January 7th is 107 days? Yeah. But it's also 3/22, Skull and Bones, and it's also 3/16. See that? 3 months, 16 days. 3/16 is what? Like John 3:16. John 3:16 talks about Christ sacrificing. Do you see what I believe is coming? A sacrifice is coming. 322 involvement. And the 107. Kamala's book, subtracted from January 7th, gives you 107 days. Her book is about 107 days. Now, let me ask you a fundamental question. Do you think January 7th will be it? Will January 7th be it? Will January 7th be it? You think about what I'm saying to you. Now, look. We're going to look at this boy right here. You know why? That's Georgie Porgy, the first president. Look at his birthday, 222. Well, Pearson, how'd you put him in the mix? Many of you all know, I've been saying, and you've been saying, Trump's the last president. So you got the first and the last. Let's subtract the first from the last and see why we going there. Oh, Pearson, you're just making stuff up. No, I'm not. Who is that? And who is that? And what happened that day? Come on, don't get amnesia. What happened that day? 2 nights ago.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during...
That was his speech the other night. And he got Georgie Porgy right next to him. Come on, man. Now, how does that work? George Washington's birthday, again, is February 22nd. Right there. February 22nd. Right? Somewhere right there, right? Now, let's look at this. February 22nd from January 7th, 2026. Look. January 7th, 2026. February 22nd, 2026. Anniversary of George Washington's birthday. The difference is 47. Pearson, are you crazy? No, I'm not. George Washington's birthday next year, February 22nd, versus January 7th, is 47 days apart. That's Trump. Is that the day? Well, I'm telling you. And then you take the same thing. January 7th, 2026, from February 22nd, 2027. That's George Washington. That's January 7th. The difference is what? 11/22. Who died on 11/22? Who died on 11/22? JFK. I told y'all. And everybody thought this was about the name change. It's a ranking. They a team. Isn't that what they said? Now take the day that they decided to have the name changed, subtracted from George Washington's birthday, you get 666. The new system, Mark of the Beast. What did it say? 222, George Washington. December 18th, the decision was made. 666, the Mark of the Beast. It's right in our face. I just put it together. And look at this. This is a mind blower. Here we have 222, 1732. That's the birthday of George Washington. May 29th, 2017. That's the birthday of JFK. The difference is 185 and 97. What is 185? The 185th day of the year is July 4th. What about 97? The 97th day of the year is April 7th, like 4/7. So a new birth. 185 is July 4th. Celebration of America. We just became a country, right? Well, guess what? Now it's going to be a new country. The 185 is new. What is the 97? The 97th day of the year is April 7th. That's Trump. Everything's going to happen new. You subtract JFK's birthday from George Washington's birthday. Let me do it again, right in front of you. JFK and George Washington. There's the birthday. The difference is 185 and 97. The 185th day of the year is July 4th, and there's your 97. You want receipts? Ain't that it right there? Let's look at it together. My finger at right there. July 4th. Ain't that it right there? July 4th, 185. July 4th is 185. July 4th is the 185th day of the year. And what is 97? Right at the top. The 97th day of the year is April 7th. April 7th is the 197th day of the year. I know y'all can see that, right? April 7th, 97th day of the year. Doing the decodes to the glory of God. I'm showing you, they're about to go through a transition. Don't lose your hair over it. Trump's going to go play golf. Kamala's coming. She's the lotus flower. Then Barack is coming. And we got a new religious system. The question is, are you ready? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We got to get right, stay right, get ready for the flight. Christmas is coming up in 6 days. Jesus is coming soon. We are in the last days. This is my gift. What a beautiful gift to understand what's really going on. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and comment. That helps push the algorithm so people can know about this. People need to know what's really going on. Okay, they really need to know. God bless you. Don't forget, go to Amazon Books. I have a beautiful poetry book out. Protect the Gift. Amazon Books, Protect the Gift. Poetry book, Franchise Pearson. Amazon Books, Franchise Pearson. Protect the Gift is the book. Beautiful poetry book. God bless. Give it as a gift. Thank you.